Hi, hello, it's day 12 of Tour de Fleece. It's another one of my non-gym days, so I'm up early enough to chat for a moment, but not early enough to, spin before work. Today, I get to mail out the yarn I dyed for lock knits. I'm excited. And it's finally, it's not a rest day or a challenge day, so I get to just go back to normal spinning and not having to do any extra thought about it. Except now I have to decide if I want to continue with Goblin mode or if I want to go back to the black BFL. That is kind of still my priority so that I can get that spin finished and get swatching. I probably will switch back to black. I think I can have that done in a couple evenings and there are still plenty of time left of Tour de Fleece. On a completely unrelated note, just because I have been talking about chronic illness and chronic pain in these vlogs. Okay, the cat was talking over me, but whatever I was saying. Chronic illness, chronic pain. I did purchase a jelly bend, Jellie bend, for back pain, and I got it last night, and I tried it on, and I was not happy. I'm trying it again today. I think I was wearing it wrong. I think I was wearing it too high up. Hey, me from earlier with glasses on. Cut this in because you forgot to actually talk about what the jelly bend is. Okay, it's a tube. It's a tube. It's a tube that you wear on your torso for back pain. I don't want to, it's a tube. People also use it for abdominal compression for it's dysautonomia. I can't come over here. The cat thinks it's about her. Anyway, it's a tube for your body and the sizing is based exclusively off your waist measurement. The thing is, I have a shorter torso and my hips are 13 inches bigger than my waist, so I'm kind of scared that this is just not for my body type, which sucks. I was so excited about it. I think if it rolls up again before it's time for me to go to the post office on my break, I'm returning it. And if I have some miraculous, just mind-changing experience this morning where it works and doesn't roll up and fits the way it's supposed to, I will report that back to you, and I hope that's what I'm reporting back to you, genuinely. I hope I'm just putting it on wrong, and I put it on right this morning. I don't know. I referenced pictures from the website to put on a tube. I hope I'm right this time. Okay, the cat is still very much demanding attention, so I'm gonna head out for the morning. Okay, I've kind of already forgotten what I talked about earlier, except I know I was going to follow up on the jelly bend. I have now worn it long enough that I shouldn't return it, and so this makes my next update even better. I like it now. So wearing it further down, the bottom is at the crease where what is it? The hip crease where your torso becomes leg? That's how far down I have it pulled. So yeah, it's cutting my butt in half horizontally, which is weird, but it does make my back feel better. If you have a straighter torso, if you have a longer torso, if you have a smaller difference in between your waist and hip measurements, I think you would have no problem with it. If your proportions are more like mine, you could have some issues, but again, I think I made it work for me. I don't think this would be a thing I would want to wear every day, just when my back hurts. So that's my review that no one asked for and has nothing to do with anything. So I'm gonna actually show you Goblin mode in the sunlight now. Yay. Okay, Goblin mode in the daylight. Like I said, I did think it was going to be more green, but that was unrealistic. Looking at how much green is mixed into the other fibers, there's a lot of gray, a lot of white, a little bit of brown. I think it's really interesting. Again, I don't know if the little hairy bits sticking up, I was supposed to handle those differently, but I don't know. I'm sticking with my original intention of letting it do whatever it wants, and this is apparently what it wants to do. So that's that update. And now I'm going to go run 4 discrete errands on my break, and I'm gonna spin after work. So this is probably my last update until spinning time. And I think I want to mix it up with the music. So if the music I put over the spinning section is something weird, that was on purpose and I thought about it beforehand. Hey, so I just started laughing while I was spinning because I know what music I'm putting over this, and I thought, what if I just put that over any moment of silence in the whole video? I'm not gonna do that, but it would be so funny. To me, exclusively. Okay, anyway, back to spinning. It's the same. I'm gonna spin all night. I'll show you in the morning. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Good morning, it's day 13 of Tour de Fleece. We had a big old storm last night, now it's a big old rainy day, so I don't actually have the sunlight I promised to show you the black yarn I've been spinning. Maybe later. I'm hanging out with the lady. Anyway, guess who received 3 of the loud beeping phone alerts last night for flash flood warning? It was me. So that is all to say, I'm very tired. I don't know what's going on. The sun came out a little bit, so here's where we're at. Still working on evening out the bobbin, but it's going okay. I do want to talk about socks for a second because I made it to the point on my second sock where I can just knit straight 3x3 rib. I noticed, however, that the spot where I switched to straight 3x3 rib is not exactly the same. So my tension was tight around this sock because I remembered knitting pretty tight on this sock and I thought, oh, I have to match that. Overdid it. Also, these are 2.5 millimeter needles, and I think my tension has finally loosened up a little bit. When I started knitting, everything was way too tight. It was crazy. I hurt my hands. I don't know why I did that. So I have placed an order for 2.25 and 2 millimeter needles, the same exact thing, so that I can experiment a little bit. Basically, every time I make a sock, it's just like, it fits, but it feels too loose. I want my socks to be tight. I don't know why. So hopefully with some smaller needles, I can achieve that without having to do like resizing and knitting really tight for no reason. So that's my sock update. I would like to finish these in the next week. I don't know why, I just want to. Because I want to start a new project. 2 other things. The bobbins have been 8 ounces this entire time. I said a bunch of times in the last video that they're 6 ounce bobbins, or the video before last, whatever. They're 8-ounce. They've been 8-ounce this entire time. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. They're 8 ounces. Which brings me to my third point. I am finishing the Peat Bog Black 2-ply this video. I feel it in my bones. Even if it means this video runs longer than the others. I'm finishing it this video. You're gonna see it plied. Maybe not like washed and all the way dry, but you're gonna see it plied this video. I'm gonna make it happen. It's Thursday, so I'll have a bunch of extra time over the weekend to work on this. Due to storm reasons, we're gonna get to craft together to storm noises, so get hyped for that. That'll be later. I only have this much left. In case it wasn't clear, switching hands was maybe not the best idea. At one point it got so thin I thought it was going to snap, so I just stopped the wheel, broke it myself, and then reattached before that too thin section. So I think that's where I'm gonna leave it tonight. I mean, I'm gonna keep spinning, but I think that's where I'm gonna leave the video tonight. So I will see you tomorrow. Someone is getting a little bit in the way of my spinning because someone is afraid of the rain. Who could that be? Okay, it's dark and the dishwasher's running, so this isn't gonna make for good audio or video. But I finished the second bobbin and I'm gonna start plying. Don't be mad. But I promise not to finish it without you. I will even finish it in the daylight. Okay, I just didn't want it to be a secret. Okay, bye. What if I came on here and said, look at my bowl cut? I have a bowl cut now. My hair's just up. Good morning, it's day whatever of Tour de Fleece. Anyway, it's another big ol' rainy day. So that daylight I promised, where is it? So good news. Peat Bog and Raven are best friends. They are spinning up. They're plying together so beautifully. I feel sick. It's disgusting. It's so good. You're not ready. I'm so excited. I plied maybe half a bobbin last night. I keep forgetting every time I forget that plying takes so long. I'm like, oh, it's the last step. It's quick. It's just plying, no big deal. So I am glad I started plying last night so that there's a huge cicada. Sorry. I'm glad I started plying last night so that I will definitely be done plying this weekend so that I have something to actually show you. I'm so excited. Hopefully the sun comes out in the next couple of hours so I can actually show you what I have done so far, because the dark apartment lighting is really just not doing it. So I'll check in as soon as I can. Okay, I'm on break and the sun just came out. Look at this. This isn't the best lighting in the world because I had to just angle the blinds correctly. My whole setup is, this and the cardboard box that I'm using as a lazy Kate, so I cannot pick that up and bring it to the window, unfortunately. But look, oh my goodness. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay, after work I'll be able to bring you with me and show you the plying process, whatever. I'll show you what I'm doing. But something I wanted to talk about that I forgot to talk about, a couple of videos ago, I think I briefly complained about captioning, which, by the way, I'm not really happy with the way that came out of my mouth. I never want to make anyone who needs that accommodation feel bad for needing it. I do think captioning is boring, but the point I was making is that that was my job for a long time, and that my own voice puts me to sleep. That's the issue. So I still stand by the fact that every YouTuber should be doing the best they can to accurately caption their videos. It is 100% worth it. I will never stop. But immediately after I complained, my automatic captions got so much better. They have punctuation now. They have capitalization now. They didn't when I made that complaint about YouTube's automatic captions taking a long time to fix. I'm assuming it's one of two situations. Either that's a thing that just changed in YouTube coincidentally around the time that I complained. Or number two, you just have to upload enough or frequently enough or enough speaking time that the automatic captioning system gets used to your speech patterns. And I only say this because we tried that at my job over a decade ago, and it didn't really work at the time, but the technology was not as good then. So I don't know if this is an overall YouTube change or if I have just now uploaded enough that I get access to punctuation. But either way, this only reinforces my belief that everyone who uploads to YouTube can and should be doing, something. Should be trying, at least, to make their captions functional. Lest we forget, accessibility is good for everyone. When things become more accessible, that is good for everyone. If you have ever wheeled a suitcase over a curb cutout, you should know what I'm talking about. Anyway, my point is, captioning just got so much easier for me, and I'm so grateful. And that is part of why I've been able to put out a video every 4 days for Tour de Fleece. Captioning would take 2 or 3 times as long if I was still putting in all the punctuation, putting in all the capitalization. And for some reason, it cannot spell the word bobbin or merino. It's gonna spell bobbin B-O-B-I-N and merino M-A-R-I-N-O. So that makes me think it was an entire YouTube update and not a using the service long enough that it gets to know you kind of update, because I use those words a lot and I correct them every time. So if it was going to learn anything from my speech style, it would be how to spell bobbin and merino. I'm just making the captioning harder on myself now, saying words that I know it doesn't know. Have I rambled about this for long enough? Anyway, captions are good. Okay, the next thing I will show you will be either plying or a sock update. I'll try to show both tonight. Happy Friday. Okay, I'm sorry about the lawnmowers, but I'm freaking out. Are you freaking out? She's freaking out. We're all freaking out. That's right. That's Minale. I'm watching her new video. Anyway, time to start the second bobbin. I really tried to cram as much as I could onto the first one because I realized I only have 2 bobbins left. So good thing they're 8 ounce and not 6. Good thing they've been 8 ounce this whole time. Let's ply. Okay, it's still Friday night and we're finished. They kind of look really different on camera, but in real life, it's just that the bobbin on this side, I don't know which side it is for you, the bobbin on this side has like that last layer that's spread out more, Does that make any sense? I don't know that that makes any sense. Anyway, I'm obviously thrilled to have the yarn done, but I'm not thrilled for the nitty-knotty step because it's exhausting. So I'm obviously gonna set up the camera to film 7 seconds of that, and then I'm gonna do the rest with a lot of swearing. One thing though, I have a lot of black left over, like kind of a lot. So I did something wrong, and I was looking at it the whole time I was plying thinking, wow, I spun the black a lot thicker than the Peat Bog. I'm gonna run out of black. What is this? So I'm just gonna keep this around, and if there are any, I don't know. I'm just gonna hold on to this until I think of something. I'm gonna hold on to this until I know I don't need it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. So you can probably hear the bugs, and you can see that I left scissors on the couch. It's so dangerous to be me for no reason. It takes so long for my brain to kick in when I do this. No, wrong. Wrong. Okay, you get it. You get it. I'm just gonna be doing this for the next 45 minutes. Okay, the first one's done. It's too dark for you to see how cool this looks. I'm so excited. I'm gonna hang this up, and then my shoulder hurts. I don't want to do the other one right now. I'm gonna call it a night. I think it's been a big day for yarn. I lied. I'm doing the second one. I'm just stressing the other shoulder this time, which I think is wise. Okay, bye. Good morning. It's actually the afternoon. Welcome to day 15 of Tour de Fleece? Question mark? Is it really day 15 of Tour de Fleece already? It's been over 2 weeks. I'm at Harbor Freight. I don't know why. Today we're not talking about yarn, we're talking about these giant shack heads. They don't have gelatin. I checked 3 times. They do have red 40 though, thank God. What?
Is that good?
Yeah, it is good. I want to see how big these actually are. Well, this is unacceptable. Talk to you later. Okay, several things. Home from errands, ready to spin. The big Peat Bog hanks are drying. They're huge. Just 2 big skeins totaling a pound of yarn. Almost a pound of yarn. I lost a little to that discrepancy between the Peat Bog and the black, but that's fine. My Quick Trip cup in the back. I went ahead and made, this is like a crocheted chain but really tight, of cotton yarn to use for the tension in the back. It doesn't fit through this tiny little hole on the side of the spinner, so I'm just not putting it through that hole, and it's been fine. I just assume this will be sturdier than a single piece of yarn, and so far that is true. It stretches a little bit more, so I have to adjust the tension more often, but that's fine. And I'm assuming it will grow out, if that is not the right phrase. So today I'm just gonna spin as much of the oatmeal BFL as I can, because that is my other priority spin. And then tomorrow is a challenge day, so who knows what I'm gonna do. It's a mystery to me. I could keep spinning Goblin Mode, I could try the alpaca, I could try the Corriedale. I don't know. I could challenge myself to finish this giant bag of oatmeal BFL. That would be a challenge. I did buy extra of the oatmeal BFL, just so I'm positive I have enough for this giant peat wrap. And if I have any left over, I could just make a matching accessory. I could make a little hat, I could make some little mitts, whatever. Or the tassels, fringe, whatever, can just be extra full, extra voluminous. We will see. So that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spin oatmeal BFL. I haven't touched it in I don't know, like a full week more even. I haven't touched it in a while, so I'm gonna have to remember how I actually spin this. I'll get the other skein of yarn that I finished so that I can reference it. Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm gonna start spinning, and then I will end the video by showing you the finished, plied, dry peat bog spin. I'm waiting for it to dry. It's laying out under a ceiling fan to help. And then today will be the last day of this vlog, so that's the last thing you're gonna see. That sounded like a threat, I'm sorry. Yeah, I still have plenty to spin. Okay, I'll get going. Okay, here's where we're at after, I don't know, like an hour. Sorry if you can hear my neighbor's music. I certainly can. Cool, cool, cool. Anyway, I'm trying to keep this yarn pretty rustic because, you know, I'm trying to match the rest of the project that I've already started. And I think I am succeeding at that, at least. So I'm gonna keep spinning on this for the rest of the night, and if I have any huge updates, I'll let you know, but this is probably gonna keep going the same way for quite a while. Okay, that's it. Okay, one last thing before I show you the finished Peat Bog Raven Hanks sock update. It's really not that much to show you. I've knit like 1.5 inches of the straight 3x3 rib. So not a lot of progress there, but that's okay. This is the most sock progress I've made in like the shortest time period of my life. So I'm still taking it as a win. Okay, here's the thing you've been waiting for, and I've been waiting for, and we've all been waiting for. Okay, they're not all the way dry, but I can't wait any longer. Here they are in artificial lighting. On the left, that's 190 grams. On the right, it's 237. And here they are in natural light, but indirect. I'm so happy. The trees are happy too. You can tell because they're screaming. And here they are in full sun. So happy Tour de Fleece Day 15 for me and my biggest, best spin of all time. That is all for this vlog. I will see you in the next one because we still have just over a week of Tour de Fleece left. Okay, bye. Editing Jack here. I need you to see my working conditions right now. How am I supposed to get anything done